Illusion shattered! Illusion shattered! All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. Down.
Everyone hold hands. Share my knowledge. Let's see.
Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered.
Strike a pop. Contact.
Shine down.
Let's see.
Illusion shattered. There is no escape. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
Thank you for
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion.
Can we play banker next
I
time?
stand before it, alone and unchanging.
I'll think about
There'll be an extra fee for that.
I'll think about it.
The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
error.
There'll be an extra fee for that. There'll be an extra fee for that.
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and
Add Astra.
Feels like a whole new Paimon after those 2 days in the hot springs. The Abyss kind of threw a wrench in our relaxation, though. Still, spending time here really has... The Kaholasaurs are so nice and so fun to play with. Their bellies are super bouncy. Oh, and Atea's snacks were so delicious. She kept yelling at some kids who got caught throwing stones in the hot springs.
Hey, you guys. Sleep well last night?
Yep, this area.
Glad you like it. I was thinking of taking you guys out to do some sea fishing. Later tonight, we can eat whatever we catch. Fresh fish is absolutely delicious right off the grill.
Hey, Moalani!
Yeah? What do you need?
The team sent out to fight in the Night Warden Wars has returned.
And Kachina? Is she back as well?
Kachina fell in battle. But don't worry, the team was victorious, so the Rite of Resurrection will be held in the stadium soon.
That's a relief. The Abyss is cunning, and...
Exactly. She does.
All right, thanks for letting me know. Jeez, she sounded a little anxious there.
Mualani, you said the Abyss was cunning. Like, think about all those monsters that attacked your tribe. If they're not that Paimon wants them to be...
Relax. At a glance, it certainly seems like the only goal is total destruction. But through our long history of fighting the Abyss, 500 years ago, the Abyss invaded Teyvat. That's right. Conria suffered greatly during that time, and Natlan was the worst affected of all. It took the combined efforts of the then Pyro Archon and heroes from every... Even so, the effects of the invasion... Our tribe's waters were contaminated. The Children of Echo's territory was overrun by dangerous sludge surging from underground. It was like each disaster was designed for a specific tribe. Exactly. We once thought that the Abyss's desire for destruction was a sort of... We now believe the Abyss has invaded the Night Kingdom and has the capacity to read the memories of this...
And that's how it became so dangerous and cunning.
Yes, and that's why we've been unable to... Luckily, the problems left behind by the Abyss have been successfully addressed by the various Pyro Arc. Now every tribe is prospering and things are looking up.
You must have had to sacrifice...
Every battle, every sacrifice is in pursuit of a future responsibility, duty, unavoidable burden. But I believe we will be rid of the Abyss one day. To think that my name could survive in ballads passed down to future generations, it's kind of romantic. Everyone has something that drives them forward, you know? Be my guest. Heroes. Anyway, let's head to the stadium. Our fishing trip can wait until the sea's not... Of course. No one's gonna miss out on the chance to welcome our heroes back from battle. It's their moment of glory. Kachina's gonna be so flustered. She's never had this many eyes on her before.
Yeah, she doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes being the
Looks like I'm just in time.
Kanich, you're here!
Yeah, a commission ran longer than expected, but I made it. I heard about the incident with your tribe, Mualani. Is everyone all right?
Yeah, it's all taken care of. Our new friend here's got some tricks up his sleeve, by the way. He's just as strong as Kachina made him out to be.
Hey, look! Is it about to start?
That's right. Someone will come out and recite a eulogy, and then we'll sing the Ode of Resurrection together. Come on, let's find a spot with a good view. When the singing starts, just follow my... Let's go somewhere high...
Warriors of Natlan, heed the call of life. We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire, the lifeblood of our nation!
I could not find Kachina within the Night Kingdom, or locate her ancient name.
What?
What does that even mean?
Usually once the ode is complete, the Pyro Archon and resurrected person will emerge from the flames. But
What's going on?
This has never happened.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. Clearly, the team sent to fight the Abyss. Think about it. The Ode rekindles all victors. Since the Archon couldn't find Kachina in the Night Kingdom, that must mean there's more to this victory.
Hey! You just haven't gotten over the fact that Kachina
pathetic.
Your wild guesses are misplaced. We complete...
Maybe you did, but who's to say whether that little girl even contributed at all? Maybe she got... Why would the YUB recognize someone like her, even if she was on the winning team?
How dare you insult a hero of Natlan? Kachina sacrificed herself to repel the Abyss. She doesn't deserve to be subjected to your...
Calm down, Mualani.
I can't just sit here and let them slander her like that.
To insult a hero of Natlan, the person actually has to be a hero.
You...
Think about it, everyone. Who do you think is really at fault here? A girl or the great Pyro Archon? Why would the rules of our nation suddenly...
That's true. Maybe the YUB interpret victory and...
I mean, that girl didn't look...
No matter how daunting the situation, no matter how we don't even know what happened. So don't you dare try to use this.
Fine. We'll find out what happens soon enough. Then...
That's enough. There is no doubt about today's victory, or Kachina's pardon. However, the failure of today's ceremony is undeniable. Kachina has not been rekindled, and I offer you all to prevent further casualties. I have decided to
What?
No one is all-knowing. No one is infallible, not even myself. But doubt is a means by which we seek the truth, not a weapon we... If there are things you wish to clarify, then ask me directly. Doubt my answer if you wish. But now's your chance. You have concerns? State...
No,
Even though I have said nothing to change your mind, then it would seem the truth...
That guy doesn't even have the courage to answer...
I have a question, Archon. My friend Kachina. Do you have any... I know you said you were investigating the situation, but...
I've already shared everything I know. If you want to learn the truth... So...
Of course I'll join.
In that case, come see me in the speaker's chamber.
We should join them.
Oh, and if it's not too much trouble, could you drop by as well, Traveler? I'd like to have a chat. Rest assured, everyone, I'll keep the tribal chiefs informed on the progress of the investigation. Once again, I apologize for the outcome of this.
Did she just...
I believe she did.
The situation is urgent, so I'll get straight to the point. Kachina is... There's been unrest in the Night Kingdom, but I don't know what's causing it. Until we find and address the cause of the unrest, the Ode of Resurrection will continue to be ineffective.
And that means Kachina will...
That's correct. Not until the...
How long will that take?
It's hard to say.
Kachina always dreamed of fighting the Abyss. She wasn't afraid of death because she knew, if it came down to it, the Pyro Archon would be there to bring her back to... Whenever we sat down together, exhausted from training, she would always hum the Ode of Resurrection. She was supposed to come back to us. We were supposed to hug her and celebrate with her and share her joy. We supported her every step of the way, but what are we supposed... Sit peacefully and wait for her return? Lose ourselves in grief over her death? Tell me.
That's not fair, Mualani.
It's all right. I understand your rage. Believe me, I want to bring her back as soon as possible. I would give you... But please, hear what I have to say so I can... Considering the recent attack on your tribe, I believe the Abyss has found a new...
You mean...
The Sacred Flame. The foundation of our resistance against the Abyss. If we continue to hold the pilgrimage and send teams to fight the Abyss, but if we stop altogether, the Sacred Flame will only grow weaker. The Abyss will scale up their attacks, and the tragedy we saw with the people of...
If we compare the two choices, the former seems to be the... Sorry, I know that may sound harsh, but I bear the name Malipo. Weighing the raw truth can be cruel.
But what would you say, Mualani? This is personal.
No. I can't choose between them, and I don't want to. Saying that one is preferable over the other is...
You're saying it doesn't matter whether I suspend the pilgrimage.
Yes. What happened to...
And that is the crux of the problem. It's not simply a matter... Either way, there will be people who suffer. And the end result will be the same. Once doubt has crept in, the people will no longer unite in battle against the Abyss. And that is exactly what the Abyss wants. Their ultimate goal isn't to break the rules that make the Ode of Resurrection work. It's to destroy the people's faith in them. To prevent what happened to Kachina from happening to anyone else, we need to suspend the pilgrimage. So that is my current plan. And in the meantime, I've made efforts to strengthen each tribe's defenses. Then, we have to find another way of strengthening the sacred flame to keep the Abyss at bay. This won't be easy. I'll need time to figure out the best approach. I understand your anger, Mualani.
Wow. Paimon thought things were gonna get heated for a second, but
I owe you an apology, Archon.
We could always hold the pilgrimage without sending a team to fight in the Night Warden War.
I've considered that, but without the chance to fight the Abyss, pilgrimage rankings lose. With fewer participants, the amount...
So, essentially, the Abyss is taking Kachina hostage.
You've learned about the concept of ley lines during your travels, yes? Staying there for a short period of time shouldn't have an effect on the person. But with the Abyss in the picture, it's a different story. Your sense of self will be devoured. Imagine pouring a cup of water into a rushing river. You can try to... I won't sugarcoat it. That is the...
Just like you said, Archon. You can focus all your efforts on dealing with the sacred flame. I will go search for Kachina.
The Abyss poses the same threat to you as it does to her.
Kachina's waiting for us to rescue her. That's all that...
I failed to protect her during our campaign, but I can make it up to her now. I choose to go as well.
Traveler? What do you think?
Understood. Then I'll support... The Masters of the Nightwind have a technique that can extract an ancient name. If we can find Kachina's ancient name, I can use the link, but then comes the hard part. You need to visit the Night Kingdom in person and rescue her.
But isn't the Night Kingdom a land of soul?
Under normal circumstances, only the consciousness can enter. But there is a way to... However, know that the Night Kingdom will attempt to repel you, and the Abyss certainly won't leave you be.
That's fine by me.
Same here. Fighting the Abyss is nothing new for me.
Paimon's the only...
Lali of the Masters of the Nightwind once created an artifact that can be used to communicate with the Wyab. It was originally used as a ceremonial artifact wielded by the tribal chiefs. But that spiritual quality...
That was the artifact I delivered to the Scions of the Canopy a few days ago.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Your thanks are unnecessary. I will offer you whatever aid I can, but your fellowship and... Besides, you're the ones helping me. I can only Traveler, I certainly didn't expect our first conversation. I've heard all about your accomplishments. Ever since you arrived, I've been hoping to meet you and offer you Natlan's highest level. Why? Is that not what happened in the other nations you visited?
Yeah, things were pretty complicated at the start. And,
That's more like it. After all, I've heard perhaps even more than you can imagine. Ideally, this would be the perfect night for a drink.
Oh, I almost forgot. Atea was wounded in the fight against the Abyss. It embodies fond memories and my strength of will.
I didn't think this day would come so soon. If things were different, the two of us could have enjoyed the hot springs together. But don't worry. This talisman...
You said you didn't want to jeopardize the production of contending fire.
You're right. Even now, the production of contending fire is far from sufficient. The gradual corrosion caused by the Abyss has resulted in a massive shortage of pyro as things stand. The pilgrimage is a lost cause. Suspending the Abyss has brought catastrophe to Natlan.
We can't let the general public know that.
No. If the public learned that, but if I said nothing at all, they would have
Another simple choice.
I have never subscribed to the belief that the right choice. Let's go. There's still a way for the sacred flame to last a little.
You mean?
Yes. The sacred flame must never go out. Not only does it so until our heroes are ready.
But that can only last so long. I think we should focus on the remain.
Don't let desperation. Those chosen by the Wyab have already embarked on their destined path. It is for them to decide how that journey. All we can do is support.
Even so, for you to make this sacrifice, it's not right.
If not me, then who? No other is capable of sustaining the sacred flame. I possess great strength, but I'm not above my people. This is part of my duty.
Archon, it's the Fatui!
The Archon of Natlan. A force to be reckoned with. The secret of the ley lines is no secret to me. Long have they been destined for ruin. And since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled, what use is the Gnosis in your hands?
I don't know what you mean. But it sounds like this is about more than the Cerveza.
In times of crisis, someone must pick up the mantle of salvation. Your plan has reached an impasse, and now it falls to me to create new rules for Natlan. But before the dawn of a new age, the old must be destroyed.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us. Let our blades do the talking! Masters of the Night Wind. Send word. The captain and his followers must be apprehended.
Are you alright, Archon?
He was a formidable opponent.
I never imagined someone could If the Tsaritsa sent him here, why?
Yeah, and
the Harbingers, but I'm sure the captain has his... The Harbingers are all driven by their own personal goals. The only purpose that you... But I'm sure the
Whatever his motive, we should shift our focus to the Fatui. If they attack again, and we're not prepared, we're done for.
No. We're running out of time. The wound I inflicted should hold him back and weaken him for the time being. Besides, I'm sure you noticed. The power that came to his rescue just now came from the Masters of the Night.
In other words, there are traitors among us.
Not necessarily. When we exchanged final blows, I sensed Kanich, go to the Masters of the Night Wind and look into who could have aided the captain. Speak to Sitlali. She should know.
Of course. I'll head out right now.
Yes. Natlan's strength has never rested solely in its Archon. Together we foresaw the only path that leads to our nation's future. We must trust in that vision now.
is everything okay, Archon?
Completely fine. Just lamenting the fact that I never got a picture when I could still turn my hair into flames. Too late now. I just hope the others have a safe journey.
What's happening at the stadium? Did something explode?
It feels like the Archon unleashed her power.
Should we go back and...
Have faith in the Archon.
Once we find Kachina's ancient name.
Okay.
Illusion shattered!
Hey!
Yoo-hoo!
Roll! Stop that!
Shine down! Torn to oblivion!
What can you tell us about the scions of the canopy?
The tribe's people are very adventurous.
Oh, kinda like us then!
I'm not so sure. You don't strike me as the type to enjoy danger. The scions of the canopy are a bunch of thrill seekers. They love extreme sports like rock climbing, rappelling, volcano parkour, or even bungee jumping without a rope while a Yunkasaur stands at the edge and uses its tongue to catch them. Sound like something you'd be interested in?
Okay.
That's Wyna, the tribal chief. Let's head over to him.
Chaska.
Nice to see you again, Wyna. I'm afraid we don't have time for pleasantries.
Whoa, hold on a second. At least tell me why you need it first.
My friend Kachina is trapped within the Night King.
Rescue her? From the...
That's right.
I'm sorry, but someone needs to tell you what you don't want to hear. The nature of battle is unpredictable. You never know.
I appreciate what you're trying to say, Chief Wyna.
I thought you might say that.
Is something wrong, Wyna? This life isn't complete without taking risks. That's always been your mantra.
It's nothing. The night, if you're that determined, far be it from me to stop you. Here's the stone.
Thank you.
Huh. Seems like you two go way back.
Oh, Chaska's a peacekeeper, so she's famous throughout the tribes. She's always the one. Her younger sister Quichi's always hanging around our tribe, too.
Oh, you have a younger sister.
Yes, but let's get back to business.
As you probably know, your intended destination is completely different from the real world. The Night Kingdom is like a river flowing with concepts. In that sense...
We couldn't do that ourselves.
With a little practice, I'm sure you... In that sense, the stone is... With a little practice, I'm sure you could.
Who?
Vichama. A legendary... He's got a keen eye and a well-honed intuition. Even his...
Vichama?
He's one of Auntie Atea's hot spring buddies. I've heard... Where can we
Ever since Malco passed, he spends most of his time gazing out at the scenery from the...
Thank you.
Good luck.
Watch your footing.
Someone admiring the scene. Hello there, are you Vichama?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my
Your friend? Oh!
Yes, but I'd rather not get into...
That's not a problem.
Yeah. Since you're helping us
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone? I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a...
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named C... I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime...
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
Oh, I see. What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need two chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them. Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard there's a traveling merchant from that...
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Let's meet over there when you're done. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you. That means you're trustworthy.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush. I'll see you in a bit.
What an odd guy. He seemed so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina. We're coming for you.
Emotional support is important.
Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much?
Oh, the whole thing?
Deal.
Wait.
What, you want me to drive down the price?
No problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. All right. That's everything.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the trap.
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually need two.
That might be tough. Tell you what.
Thank you so much.
Relax. Everything's going according to plan.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the night...
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does...
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting... Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Vichama just now. You running an errand for him, then? How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years now. It's about time...
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Vichama and Malco grew up together. Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple... 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama...
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed to let him stay behind. It's just... Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error in judgment, and they fell to the onslaught. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything. Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all. I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do to make himself feel better. But... anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really appreciate it.
from the world.
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here. When do we start?
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor. Go ahead. Yes. After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance. I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malco might also be alive, fighting for survival in the Night Kingdom.
But that happened several years ago, right? The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malco and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end. All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them. Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said...
Look at that golden thing! It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer! Let's see! Everyone hold hands! Don't be nervous! Just relax!
Shine down!
Hey! What an amazing... Calm down!
Illusion shattered!
Commit it to memory!
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long! We're getting close! Quick! Take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right.
The abyss is corroding his body.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Oh, watch out! The power of the abyss is strong.
This power.
Hanging in there?
Malco. No, what?
We can't wait any longer.
I already tried, but the power of the abyss has him in a choke.
In that case, we have no... Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now?
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not every...
Okay, I'll be more careful next time.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. And now... it's...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years.
Huh? What's that in your hand?
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few...
Too bad. No one will get to... I never thought I'd actually die on this mission.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Maybe you're right. Maybe no one... Vichama, don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, but...
A deep...
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end.
Vichama!
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew, but I also understood why you had to try. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable quality. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the... That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, there are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, that's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so... I hope you can walk away without regret.
Thank you, Vichama. I promised I would find her.
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal... Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions... Just speaking from experience.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so... Oh, and apologize for destroying...
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like...
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your...
Honestly, it's just one... They're back.
Koichi?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes. You come with me.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by Ku. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. That strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a...
For some reason?
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her.
Ah, I remember those days. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now it sounds like she's...
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop...
Oh, I get it.
I'm all for your adventure. You need... Still, I can understand where Koichi's...
All right, it's just the two of us now.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but...
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a
Well, technically I...
Again with the excuse... We agreed, didn't we? But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is!
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in...
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my...
Oh, I knew it!
This is important. If you were in my shoes...
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could live...
All right, whatever.
What are you...
Time out. Is this... what...
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then... You need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault.
But the person you become when you lose...
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their...
I've also told you that managing your condition...
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi!
So, you're really going to...
Then support me.
Chaska. So, that's it.
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over. According to Kinich, it's an important
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the whole...
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Still, Seatlale's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broke. Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay?
escape.
Don't slip and fall!
Shine down!
I see everything!
And voila! But a momentary distraction.
Got something? All right, you asked for it.
Let's see! You might feel a little prick!
Step right up.
This may hurt a little. Calm down!
But a momentary distraction.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power?
That's why it has to be our little secret. Nope. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll...
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long...
Archon, I'm sorry about before.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes. And physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
All right, we'll have a look. This is Atea.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea.
There are so many jars and potions.
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. Their ceremony. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh,
Ooh, must be some...
grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although...
Make sure to handle everything with care.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests. The association with strength might also have been the reason the original... And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping for breath.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance. He would often wear this version when training in order to protect...
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off.
This flower looks like it's thriving.
This fishing basket looks familiar.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong...
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. He managed to kill the fish, but can a fisherman claim victory if he...
Well, Paimon...
That was my answer as well. In the end, he didn't want his tools...
Wait, that means...
Maybe we can go head to... The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer. Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a
Yeah! If each item represents does every item hold a...
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient. They demonstrate the true...
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be...
At once?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your... Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experience, take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different... The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. Humanity excels at living in the present. But while the pilgrimage and the night, only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the... To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a... That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. Namely, a framework, through which, by holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that in addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine... Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a...
Your sister is so cute! Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh.
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry!
No matter what others may say, my past is a precious... Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. My father made the most delicious stew. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians you were raising ran. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw... I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a...
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this...
Well, what happened?
I believe she ended up working as an architect, and... Anyway... That's enough about... Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina!
Huh? I'm not seeing...
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I was waiting for the Y-Up to send me back, but then this really strong... The Y-Up saved me. Even though its power is weak, the Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I can't...
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us.
It's okay. I feel so much... I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. I'll find a way back. You don't have to...
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition.
I don't want you to...
All you need to do is place your... No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so...
Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an...
I know.
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. That face you just made. Don't tell me...
No, I just...
I'll go with them too. Thank you so much for your help, everyone.
Now that I've lost Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter...
That won't...
I hope not.
This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you? So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off. I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure. This is no time for distractions. Seriously, you have a great magician standing right here. You don't want to miss the best part, do you?
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory. All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging. The world remains constant over the centuries, but human life is like the dew at dawn, or a bubble rising through water. Transitory.
So we're underneath Natland right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization. Humans only established their own society.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time. But with the recent increase in Abyss activity...
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be up.
Why are you all laughing?
It's the pre-adventure excitement!
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't...
Inactivity serves no purpose whatsoever.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as? Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Illusion shut!
Hey! Let the world come alive! Hold still!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Oh, the place we need to go seems really high up.
There is no escape!
Everyone hold hands! Strike a pose! Time to shine! Calm down!
Shine down!
I see everything! Yeah! Now I'm mad!
Illusion shattered! There is no escape!
Hey! Yoo-hoo! Hold still! I swear it's for medical research!
Insolent! Illusion!
Let my name echo in song! That isn't very nice!
Now you shall perish!
This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped From this point forward, everything we know about the real world...
Paimon's more worried.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our...
That's it? Right.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility...
Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost. It's like it was seeking me out. I'm sorry I can only appear before you.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. But we had to destroy it.
Of course. Thank you for protecting. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our soul. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form. Be careful. This place...
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Get back here. You can't go wandering off. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. way. Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Don't be nervous. Just relax.
Shine down!
Everyone hold hands. Oh, Paimon can't see anything.
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
Did you hear that? What? Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that.
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Paimon just heard it too. Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place.
We're here, Kachina!
Oh, honey, you made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go!
Time to shine!
Shockwave! You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. The Y-Up's power helped keep me hidden.
Had a girl.
Should we start heading back then? Actually, I have I can't exactly put it into words.
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that...
Still, we can't just leave the Y-Up to suffer.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night King.
Kachina? What's...
Nothing. Just... Maybe we really should leave. No, I'm fine. Just up ahead.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you. But you don't have anything to prove either. It's
all right. The sooner
We've already come all this way.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
all by yourself?
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, So go. Achieve your goal.
Thank you for everything. You're a true...
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyabb! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyabb?
So we were right. The contamination is already too... Alright, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility. He tried to get in my... He would have dispersed with or without me. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but under it... No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity... That is the tragedy of your short, ancient names. Pride, friendship. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of... Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you could...
Kachina, give me your hand. Feel that?
Thanks, Moalani. Because I'm not...
You're right. Maybe, but you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work...
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back... The power lies not, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal. And in our decision...
Well said!
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance.
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're...
From the ashes to this world anew.
Check this out! Best of luck! Shabam!
The time for my coming.
Get... Carving waves! Woohoo! Right here! Yeah! Let's ride! Woohoo! Amazing!
The fate of this world is already...
We won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for...
Fantastic work, Kachina! This makes me so...
I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Huh? My ancient name is... glowing?
It's probably a projection from the real world.
Wait, does that...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place. Still, seeing you pull it off was... Everything you said was exactly right. It took years' worth of scars. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us. Only then will we have the... Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss...
I've heard that name before.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wayab. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone, its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong, Moalani?
So many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wayab first. Okay, that should be enough.
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never change, no matter what the future holds.
Thank you, Wayab.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wyab, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back! The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say she used it all?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price. You must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right.
right. I'll let her explain every move we...
There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one. All right, that should do it for... I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react...
He always has been special like that. He can even purify its power.
Given the current situation...
Of course.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to... Just give it time.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction.
Huh? No.
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of...
Mulani told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago. All the nations of... Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley line. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long, and even then, it took and still. This is but a superficial victory. The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 5... But at that time, we were a nation of the dust. Our civilization was dying if we didn't bring the nation back. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with...
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure since the plan was mentioned in those memories. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense! The Pyro...
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always... A god can extend a human's life by you, but, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have... A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your...
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the goal was to reunite the people and restore the... Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero. The Chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our...
So that means...
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by... After your adventure in the Night Kingdom, I trust you've come to fully
So in other words, you always knew...
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time the 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from... Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection...
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss... If we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. So, I've tried... Currently, Shilonin of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored...
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the... That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't...
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing just like you're determined...
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who...
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand, I can only trust in the... I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular... You're quite perceptive, aren't you?
Huh? Oh, right! All this...
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure... After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk. And in addition to their sentimental value, the items I store...
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Every item belonged to a hero of Natlan. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried in battle. On their own, each item's power is limited, but together, their combined effect can prove quite useful in a... By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending... It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as you can see.
But weren't they all precious treasures? What about their...
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what, I never wanted the Pyro Archon to have to use that power. Oh, I'm so sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. And then, it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel bad.
There's no need. Remember what I told you about time? The people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. If you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Now that Kachina, and we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Try not to let it get to you. All right.
When I was young, they attract people from all walks of life. The people of the springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all. It's been really nice seeing the children of my tribe get older. I've witnessed their energy. Even when they cause trouble, I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children. So, you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will... But you came to me because you... I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember, otherwise, rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the... For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die?
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves... We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Oh, seriously though.
I imagine he didn't know what to say. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight.
Who will be the one?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the other.
Ah, well...
She didn't cause any trouble.
Yeah, she was...
That's good.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding...
Maybe it seemed unreasonable. Her impulse to fight is extremely...
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back.
What? Do you really have to go that far?
No way. Chaska never I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had...
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Well done, Kachina.
I always knew you could do it. With so...
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team.
I had no choice.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get...
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do?
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about...
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was...
It's amazing that you still...
So,
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late.
Serves you all right.
all right. There's no... Dear friend, firstly, I'm grateful to my friends. This traveler and his companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they've agreed to let me learn from them. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Ayan-san. They all helped the traveler and Paimon. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So...
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it feel? To be honest, it's
Well, you better get used to it. Next up...
Hey, please don't...
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because... It seemed too cruel. You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because the thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me to the end of time, for in 500 years Natlan will be destroyed, it seemed too cruel. You could just as easily point out that everything in this world would come to an end eventually. But life is short, and beyond a point, it just doesn't seem real. Imagine if I said, let's leave right now and go save the sun, because I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. Or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
I'm suddenly remembering that portrait in your...
Yes, it was. So from what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude she played... Still, it was an impressive achievement. And she played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, you feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more... The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never. This is a pivotal moment. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further, your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss. If you agree to join us, you will not only...
Ancient names?
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in circulation would have long dwindled to 0. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its... Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged...
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness. As for you, I must confess...
No matter how dense the fog, sun remains cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose... You don't have...
I'm beginning to see... may turn out to be... You heard something from here, didn't you?
Something else you'd like? Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kanich's I'm getting closer to narrowing down who that may be, but it's still unclear whether this person If you learn anything about this during your adventure... something else. The Abyss is the most formidable enemy in all of Teyvat. In the beginning, it took failure and tragedy to even begin to learn how to fight back. All of the methods you've seen in... It's the same... All of the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience. Has been one of our most reliable weapons again. As for the principles behind it, I'm afraid you might have to seek answers from someone older than the position of something else you'd like to ask? That also comes down to the long-standing effects of the Abyss. Our people's survival but their power has its limits. They cannot offer our people... Everyone in Natlan understands this. That's why our people never leave without a good cause, and the Wyab have always been very strict about granting that approval, since extending protection beyond our borders means consuming power reserved for our fight against the Abyss. Still, there's no need to worry. Something else you'd like to ask?
At previous victory feasts, you'd always find me in the crowd singing and dancing. But after what I found out today, it's too much.
It does feel weird seeing you so out of sorts. Well, Paimon...
You're right. Enough...
This rat. If you ever You only get one body, so you gotta take care of Connie. This realm. If you ever...
Illusion shattered!
Strike a pose!
Let's see! Share my knowledge!
Inazuma shines eternal!